Okay, to really bring this to life for you and to make it a lot more, I guess, real, we've built a Shopify web store, the Accelerate store, selling lots of fashionable clothes and accessories for ladies. And obviously, a common journey when you're coming to get support from a retailer is you'll come to their website, go to the contact page, and you'll probably be presented with a form such as this. And obviously, this is where a customer would fill in the form, and the form would ultimately end up in some email inbox and then possibly into some sort of tool for managing those through. As Matt described before, that can often result in lots of back and forth. What we can do instead is actually, with a very minor change to a retailer's website, is instead show a Zoom Virtual Agent icon and remove the web form completely. So instead, customers are driven into engaging with Zoom Virtual Agent. So if I open this now, I'm going to add my name and my email. The fields that you request here are completely configurable within Zoom. And we then get a nice personalized greeting, and it's then asking me how I can help. It's very, very common and very similar to other chat solutions. So how do I return my order? So starting with a relatively simple query here, and clearly this is one that's delving into a more knowledge-driven journey. So it's not personalized for the individual user, but often a common query that people will find. And this is another one of the key benefits of Zoom Virtual Agent, the fact it can ingest all of your knowledge base, it can ingest FAQs and present these back to the user. So in this case, it's explained to me how I return or exchange my order in the UK. If the article's bigger than the space provides, you can actually click through and get a larger view of what's going on, and I can go back. So really, really containing the customer within this chat virtual agent widget. We're not having to navigate around different parts of the site. Was this helpful? Yes, it was extremely helpful. So what other scenarios could we try? So maybe we'll do when will my order arrive? Obviously, a really, really common use case and a common query that's going to happen during a peak trading period. Obviously, with the number of sales increasing, volumes, there's likely to be delays to customers' orders, be that courier related or just within the warehouse that's shipping the orders. And often customers are pretty impatient, particularly retail customers, particularly if it's a fashion-based item, they might be wanting the outfit for going out that weekend. And so they'll often want to come and find out what's going on. And obviously, if that contact's hitting your agents, whilst they can deal with it, it takes them away from answering more complex customer queries. So sort of where is my order is a really, really, really common one, and actually is relatively straightforward to personalize for each individual customer and then automate. Great thing about Zoom Virtual Agent is it enables us to confirm intent with users. So it's indicated or determined that actually Wizmo or where's my order is the intent here, but the user gets to confirm that. And now what we get to leverage is integration capability. So we've built an integration into Shopify, which enables us to enter order numbers and then receive back personalized information for that particular order. So I'm going to enter my order number here, and then I'm going to enter my postcode. So this is a nice little security check, making sure that I am the customer who placed the order. Now, what's going on in the background here is Zoom Virtual Agent's been integrated into Shopify in order to then pull back order information. So yes, I did order a mini Naomi bag, and that is the correct order. And I hit yes, and it's then provided me with an update. So actually my order is going to be delivered tomorrow between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. Great. That's potentially that customer happy, their queries resolved, and where before that might have been going into that email form then going to an agent, which may or may not be picked up that same day, the customer's been able to self-serve and get that information straight away. Is there anything else you need? Yes, of course there is. I'm one of these challenging customers. I have lots of questions. So I'm going to enter a more complex query here now. And this is another real great benefit of Zoom Virtual Agent with its AI machine learning, being able to determine and interpret more complex queries. So on this one, I ordered 2 different bags and I paid for next day delivery, but only one of those bags has arrived. And obviously, as a customer, I'd like to know where my other bag is, rightly so. So again, Zoom Virtual Agent's confirming the intent, and so there's an item missing from the order. It's then going to ask me for my order number again, and also my postcode for the security check. And again, it's gone to look at my order, and obviously in this case, there's 2 bags that's part of my order. This is the correct order, yeah. And obviously here it's been able to give some additional information. So obviously shipping products as soon as they're available, and split orders is quite a common thing within retail. Obviously various retailers adopt this practice. So I've been updated in terms of when my remaining parcel or remaining item is going to be delivered. But also it's highlighted the fact that I did pay for next day delivery and actually I'm entitled to a refund. And again, this is one where maybe depending on your internal process, you could also automate the refund journey. But actually in this case, for us as a retailer, this requires a human agent to be involved. And this is again, the really nice capability of Zoom Virtual Agent, that we're now at this handoff point. And obviously, if we were going to hand off into a web chat session with an agent, that's not going to be an easy change for you to make as a retailer during peak period or on the run up to peak period. It will involve implementing a new tool. It will involve training agents. It will involve staffing and changing all of those things. So actually, what we're instead going to do here is hand back off to email. And that's exactly what would have happened if the customer had come to your site and filled in the form to begin with, but actually they've already had part of the query resolved here. Again, hopefully helping them and giving some of the information they need up front, and actually leaving arguably maybe the less important part. Obviously, they're going to be desperate for their order. They still will want their money back, but they can be maybe a little bit more patient about waiting for their refund, knowing that their order is going to be delivered in the next day. So if I click the complete refund request form, Zoom Virtual Agent now pops up a form, and I can complete this and enter any details and extra things, and this will then be sent to your email inbox. If that is linked with a ticketing platform, it will all flow naturally through into there. So really, really straightforward change from a retail website perspective. That isn't a great deal of change that's needed, but really powerful in terms of adding that self-serve capability to the email and web form-based channels that will hopefully deflect contact away from your human agents and resolve customer queries upfront before they even become a problem.